everybody, welcome to the Crypto Rocker channel. This is the Crypto Rocker, and it is 2024. Yes, the new year is finally here. 2023 is gone forever, never to return, and we are now into 2024, what is probably going to be the most insane year in the history of the world. I can't even tell you everything that's going to happen. It's going to be a real show. And especially when it comes to the crypto market, there are so many catalysts coming online with Bitcoin and stuff that are just huge, really massive stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, the Bitcoin ETF is really, really huge. A lot of you probably don't remember this, but maybe 13 or 15 years ago, long time ago, gold, they decided to come out, and it was BlackRock too, believe it or not, that they looked at gold and they said, hey, we should create a gold ETF so that regular people can start to diversify and have like gold in their portfolios. And that's basically what an ETF was for, because back before this, people could buy and sell gold, but there wasn't any sort of official deal to where money managers could allocate some money for gold for like the people's portfolios for their customers and things like that, from what I understand. So they basically said, okay, well, we should have a gold ETF. And so all of our customers for the big money managers like BlackRock and Fidelity. So, like if you're some little old grandma and you've got your money with Fidelity and they're your money managing your money, you've got a little bit of stocks, a little bit of bonds, a little bit in real estate, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and you got some gold too. Maybe even a little bit of silver. It helps to diversify. It keeps everything diverse so that if any one thing kind of has a bad day in the market, everything else sort of takes up the slack, and you don't have all your eggs in one basket, so to speak. Okay, that was 15 years ago. Well, gold at the time had a global market cap of around $1 trillion for the whole world. Make a long story short, the ETF for gold came along, set the market cap to over $10 trillion. Okay. Same thing is getting ready to happen right now in the year 2024 for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is getting ready to have a spot ETF. And when that happens, when it's approved, the sales forces of Fidelity and BlackRock, and I'll just rattle off all these companies again for you guys so you can remember it was all of these companies that, where is it now? Oh my gosh, did I delete it? I think I did. Okay, BlackRock, Fidelity, and ARK Invest, and about 8 other big multi-billion dollar Fortune 500 companies. All their sales forces are going to be basically telling their customers, hey, you should have a little bit of Bitcoin in your portfolio. And the great thing about this spot ETF as opposed to a futures ETF is that with the spot ETF, they actually have to buy the Bitcoin and put it in the portfolio. They can't cheat. They can't just pretend like they bought it and they really didn't. And they just sort of have it on paper and say, well, if we ever need to get it, we'll just go ahead and get it. No, they actually have to buy the asset. The underlying asset has to be owned when it comes to a spot ETF. And that's one of the reasons why everybody in the world has been scratching their heads when it comes to Gary Gensler. Oh, and we'll do another segment of Scumbag Corner today. Scumbag is Gary Gensler. Gary Gensler, I mean, the guy is just like, he's so corrupt. He works for the big bankers. He doesn't care about the small investors. He was having all these meetings with Sam Bankman-Fried there are meetings that he had with Sam Bankman-Fried on the books in the years prior to the FTX collapse. So all of that was going on right under his nose. Did he not notice, or did he know what was going on and he just didn't do anything? There's a lot of speculation as to how much Gary Gensler knew, how much he didn't know. But the thing about this, what I'm talking about here, is that a couple of years ago, Gary Gensler approves a futures ETF for Bitcoin, which doesn't keep things honest. And everybody's been scratching their heads. Why would he approve a futures ETF and not approve a spot ETF? The spot ETF is far better at keeping everybody honest. It's just so unbelievable. And I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, it's obvious to me what the deal is. For one thing, he's a scumbag. Okay. He wins the prize for Scumbag Corner today. And I believe he is another person who works for George Soros and the other big elite globalists, him and Elizabeth Warren, both doing everything they can from their positions in high positions in government to try to harm small investors, Americans, and this new and vital cryptocurrency market. Okay? Anything to hurt America, anything to hurt Americans. They don't care if they drive innovation offshore. They don't care. This is something the Democrats have done since the beginning. Look what they do with our jobs. They send them overseas. Look what they do. Look what they did with our energy independence that Trump had given us. They squash it. These are horrible people. They're scumbags, and people need to wake up to that fact. Okay, so anyway, what I was talking about, this Bitcoin ETF that's getting ready to happen could well send Bitcoin into the stratosphere. There's really no way to predict what could happen. It's so crazy what could happen if you get this Bitcoin ETF coming in, and then you got billions and billions of dollars rolling in because all their customers want exposure to Bitcoin. Same time, let's say the halving comes in April, that causes more craziness in the market. And let's say you get some unexpected stuff going on, like, I guarantee you this, there's a lot of countries out there that are starting to wake up to what Bitcoin is. And I think it's only a matter of time before some of these big, rich countries out there, especially among the United Arab Emirates and these oil-rich countries, are going to say, wait a minute, we better get ourselves a nice little chunk of Bitcoin for our national treasury and plop down something like $500 billion into Bitcoin, creating a firestorm in the Bitcoin market as all these countries start piling on, buying Bitcoin. I mean, look, Qatar, there's Argentina, they're already doing it. They're already buying Bitcoin. Okay. It's already kind of starting to happen. The first dominoes are beginning to fall. I don't think anybody can really predict what could possibly happen here. I think Bitcoin, it could happen slowly, and Bitcoin could go to 100, 150,000. Things could stay within the range of the sort of charts that show where Bitcoin is going, like that chart I showed you the other day. That if everything stays sort of according to plan, that shows Bitcoin going to 150 to $200,000. But I'm telling you, these unknown factors could cause Bitcoin to shock the world. Bitcoin could go to $1.5 million in a just like that. It could just shoot and rocket off to some unimaginable level. Some crazy stuff could happen in these markets. I mean, it could just you know what I mean? Up and up and up and up and up and up and up. Crazy. Insane. 2024. Man, this is going to be great. I'm so excited for this year. I really am excited about this year. I think it's just going to be unbelievable, man. Crypto markets, nuclear wars, World War III, Putin going crazy, the Chinese taking back Taiwan. Who knows? I mean, what else is going to happen? You know, the whole thing is just going to go completely berserk. The whole world. It's going to be great, right? Watch it all on TV. Be just like a reality show or something. Oh, and this coming election cycle for the U.S. Oh my gosh, can you imagine what is gonna go down? I mean, do you think everybody's just gonna sort of calmly, well, let's just play by the rules. We'll just everybody cast our votes. Let's be calm. We can agree to disagree. Democrats, Republicans, conservatives, you know, progressives, whatever. Or, or is there just going to be this, everybody's just fighting and carrying on and cursing each other and violence in the streets and people setting fires and riots and protests and everything and everybody just going completely berserk? I mean, things don't seem to be getting more sane in this world. Things seem to be getting a lot less sane. But yeah, it's exciting times. It's exciting times, and I'm real happy to be a part of this great vital market, and I encourage everybody else to do it too, because it's still the beginning. It hasn't happened yet. Remember what I'm saying here. The ETF is still out in front of us, not by much though. I hear it's supposed to come before January 10th. And then you got the halving coming in April. You got the presidential election, and if you get another, if Trump comes back and you get a pro crypto president in there, pro Bitcoin, whatever, that could make a huge difference. So we just don't know what's going to happen. So with that being said, see y'all next time on the Crypto Rocker channel.